with late game execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's up? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. I promise you guys I will make a video reacting to what LeBron said on Pat McAfee show, and here I delivered. I know everybody was cooking this bum today, big time, as he deserved. They was getting the pots and the pans out, getting the vegetable oil, the olive oil, whatever oil you choose, greasing up the pans, putting butter in there, sauteing. He was doing all kinds of stuff today on LeBron, which is equally deserved. For the for the crap BS that he always be putting out there, always be saying. If LeBron's talking in an interview, that means he's yapping and capping. Because every time he opens his mouth, he capping about something. And there were several points in his interview that's just like, you're capping, man. Stop it. Stop it. And I know one of them, the biggest topic of this whole thing was Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, as we all know, those two got into it a couple of weeks ago, and everybody was speculating, was it over Bronny? Even though Stephen A. Smith never really said anything bad about Bronny at all, and people tried to run with it. Stephen A. Smith came out and said, no. It's because I don't think he's the GOAT. But before we keep going on, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue on. So he went on Stephen A. Smith more and more, calling him Taylor Swift, just making a fool about him, making fun about him, actually making fun that he got his bag. That's probably why he pulled that. I think that's why he did pull up on him like that, because I think that same day when he pulled up on Stephen A. Smith, I think Stephen A. Smith just signed another big contract with ESPN. So he trying to rain on this parade, just do everything that he naturally can do when you someone like that. As much as I don't like Stephen A. Smith really didn't do anything wrong in this situation. Like I said, Stephen A. Smith never said anything bad about Bronny. Probably one of the ones that said good things about Bronny. But since Stephen A. Smith sees Michael Jordan as the GOAT, you know how that goes. LeBron thinks he's the end-all, be-all of everything. The beginning and the end, the alpha and omega. Just like his corny-ass Lakotas. That's how they praise him. The biggest elephant in the room in this whole interview, and a lot of guys have pointed out, a lot of YouTubers have pointed out, is that this guy has Shannon Sharpe, right? People point out Shannon Sharpe has his own podcast show, whatever, Club Shay Shay, and not one appearance from LeBron, not one appearance from him at all. I don't even think he showed up to the nightcap. Not one appearance from the nightcap with him or Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco. Not one appearance from him, not a peep. Right? But he'll show up on Eli Manning, Peyton Manning's show on Monday night that runs the same time as Monday Night Football. I think it's Peyton and then Eli Manning's commentary during those Monday night games. Yeah, he'll show up for that. He'll show up for some soccer interview and talk about he a fan of, I think he said he was a fan of a soccer team, or a fan of a, no, he wasn't saying he was a fan of a soccer team. He said he was a fan of a soccer player. I forgot who the soccer player was. And just completely lied that whole entire time. Did not know that the soccer player played on a particular team. He lied about that. You got Draymond Green. Draymond Green got his old busted ass podcast too. And LeBron has not even been on Draymond Green or Shannon Sharp. And these two are two of the biggest, you know what's the two biggest honey glazers, honey pots. But they could not get an appearance from the king himself. But he can go on Pat McAfee on ESPN. He can go on there. He can do this. No problem. Many people have pointed out, oh, he can make a podcast with JJ Redneck, but nothing with his trainers, nothing, other coaches, black coaches. But this guy claims to be a black activist. The next Malcolm X. I said this plenty of times in the last 6 to 7 years that this guy is no black activist at all. He's just a prop from the liberal loony left, because that's what he tends to align himself with. Many people, other people have accused him of liking the color of vanilla. Well, there's no problem with that. Also liking snow bunnies. There's no problem with that either. You catch what I'm saying. But you can't sit here and claim I'm a black activist. I'm BLM, black activist. I read Malcolm X books. Well, you can't even get past the first page of a Malcolm X book. When the only thing you can say is, well, Malcolm X, he was a good man, a knowledgeable man. Y'all all remember that interview, right? Yeah, we all remember that interview. Fake, fraudulent. My next point I want to get to, Brian Windhorse, aka Brian Windbag. So, in this whole interview with Pat McAfee, Brian Windhorse is basically, I think he is an ESPN employee, somewhat, analyst, somewhat, scout, whatever you want to call him. And we all know, some of us might know, Brian Windhorse has been around LeBron since LeBron was in high school. I think they even went to the same high school, but at different times. I think Brian Windhorse is a little bit older than LeBron, of course. But we all know Brian Windhorse has been one of the mouths of LeBron James's camp. And LeBron James got the audacity to call Brian Windhorse weird. Call him corny? I don't know about so much corny, but weird. Weird. Brian Windhorse. The same guy for the last 20-something years that's been falling behind LeBron. Thinking LeBron is his friend. The minute someone says something critical about LeBron, LeBron gets all in his feelings, and now you become the op. Now you become the op. That happened to Brian Windhorse now, it seems like. It happened to Jimmy Butler's side piece, former side piece, Rachel Nichols. It happens to everyone. You cannot say anything bad about LeBron James. I think even one point in time, Stephen A. Smith was a little bit more sympathetic to LeBron James. But the minute you slightly criticize Mr. Bald Man over here, he gets mad, and now you excommunicated from his circle. See, you fans better watch out. Because if he call y'all weird directly, because some of you guys think on, some of you, my subscribers, think that he's calling not just Windbag weird, but also his Coke fans weird. Which they are weird, but if LeBron ever came out and say that his fans are weird, I'm getting tired of them, their world will break. I don't even know what the LeCote would do if LeBron came out and said that about his own fan base. Their whole world would just shatter. They would have to be be inducted into the psych ward. It would be padded cells for all of them, because they couldn't They couldn't handle. They couldn't handle the dejection, the rejection, the betrayal from their so-called God. If their own God came out and said, y'all weird, get away from me. I don't like you fans. They don't know what to do. They'll be crying in the streets. Crash outs in all 50 large American cities. Crash outs all over the world, most likely. And LeBron James said his own fan base is weird. I don't like y'all, get away from me. No. And there's another 2 points. We all know LeBron talking about, I'm an ambassador to the game. Ambassador to the game. How can you call yourself an ambassador to the game when you talk about the 70s were being not great, piss poor, right? He said Giannis would score 200 and something points if he was back in the 70s. As much as I like Giannis, we all know that would not happen. Because now the lanes are not as open as they are now. I'm sure Giannis would somewhat thrive during the 70s. Wilt Chamberlain can thrive during the 70s. I'm not saying Wilt Chamberlain is trash by no means. I know some of the Lacote think he is. Anybody who's not LeBron thinks everybody else is trash, but Giannis is not scoring 200-something points. No, it's not happening. So that's another way of LeBron trashing the past. Very disrespectful and irresponsible from him. Because we all know the Lacote, as for now, they like to say anything, believe anything, worship anything LeBron says. Or his acolytes say. JJ Redick says the same thing, they believe it. Anybody who's connected to LeBron James says something like that, they will believe it. Because that's how stupid his fans are. Now, with all that being said, this was just another way, like I said, to crap on the past. Even though this is the same guy that said, oh, well, that's disrespectful to say Jordan would come into our timeline. Well, I wouldn't say timeline, but our time, meaning right now, and score 50 points a game. Well, believe it or not, Mr. LaShame James, if Michael Jordan, a prime Michael Jordan, anywhere from 23 to at least, I say 35. Jordan anywhere from 86 to at least 98 coming to this league, he's putting up numbers. Shout out to Larry June. Numbers. Don't put a 30, 31, 30, 29, 28 year old Mike into the league. He will be averaging 40-something points. Because none of these bums out. Try not to use the word bum, but none of these guys out here today playing right now can stop him. With all the freedom of movement and all these other rules, Jordan's having a field day. If he had a field day when the rules are a little bit more stringent, he had to go against the bad boy Detroit Pistons. What makes you... I don't get the logic of some of these people. If he was putting out numbers against teams like the bad boy Detroit Pistons, what's going to stop him, a prime Jordan, coming to this league today and doing that same thing? But anyways, had to take a sip of water. Anyways, LeBron's a slime bag, a slime ball, a charlatan, a jabroni, a swindler. Did I say charlatan? If I haven't said charlatan, I'll say it again. He's nothing but a bunch of tomfoolery, shangfoolery. It's just, man. I just don't I don't understand how people see this guy, man. We all once was blind, but one day, eventually, you guys got to wake up. And what he's doing is very dangerous, very, very stupid and dangerous. Because if you're getting people like Brian Windhorse on the opposite side now, it's just the media in general, like it's Stephen A. Smith and Brian Windhorse. Oh, he's not going to like the results of when he finally retires. I'm sure there is some alliance right now amongst the media that he has turned on, and I'm sure they writing his death note right now for his career. I'm pretty sure Stephen A. Smith is cooking on something right now, because the media can be so friendly and they can also be your enemy as well, and it has happened to a lot of, some sports stars in the past, not even just in the NBA but other sports. You can easily become a hero, turn to a villain. And that's LeBron James, big time. That's where he's heading. No, that's not where he's headed. That's where he's at right now. He headed there years ago. That's where he's at. I don't know why he thinks he's going to win this whole thing. Because if Brian Windhorse has something deadly and figuratively deadly to LeBron James's reputation and career, like I said about his fans, if LeBron James turn against his fans, oh, man, wait till the stuff starts coming out about LeBron. His fans are really going to have freaking, like deep psychosis. Falling deep psychosis. They'll just turn, I don't know, psychotic and whatever. It's going to be scary for them. And when that day does come, I will claw out of retirement, get back on this mic, and make multiple videos about the absolute fall of one LeBron James. And we all be sitting there laughing.